let me get this straight. Women for the past fucking 15, 20 years with this transgender shit have been calling transgender men and blaming all men for their fucking problems. Has this been the case? Have you been calling dudes who dress up in dresses men, and you've been failing to relate that they're like trans men who are fucked up? You know what I mean? Because we have so many tranny dudes out there now. Like, has this been a serious lack of communication here? Like, these people who are dudes with a penis wearing lipstick, they're not men. Men don't consider them men. You know what I mean? Man does not consider this dude with the fucking lipstick another man. You know, we don't consider them women either. We call them trannies. If there's a tranny, you call them a tranny. You know what I mean? Why women would call these people men? Like, is it because it upsets them? Call them a tranny. You know what I mean? We need people to start looking the other way, and we need to start taking care of this. You know, call it fascism, call it whatever, what you will, but like the whole man thing and everything, this shit's gotta end. Shit's gotta end. I think everybody agrees. Men and women both agrees that the whole transgender shit, colossal fucking failure. We have unfortunate victims on all sides. It's time to like to heal this shit, because it's too much. It's too much. We're getting androgynous. We're trying to get a little too fancy with civilization. You know what I mean? It's not the Roman way. It's like, you know, if you're super rich or whatever, people get fucking weird. Everybody knows that. You get rich, you get fucking weird, you start with grooming gangs, Universe 25, the whole fucking nine. But like, this is a serious breakdown in communication, and that's why words really need to be precise. In magic, in business, in just talking about society in general. It's like, a dude who's wearing lipstick and a dress and wants to go into a woman's bathroom is not a man. Is not a man. Stop calling them women, stop calling them men. Call them trannies, call them something else. Do not call them a man or a woman. If there's something else, there's something else. Fine. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's an equitable and safe way we can take care of these people that's not gonna fucking torpedo the entirety of civilization. You know, men, I consider myself a man, even some might not. Whatever, we can fucking debate it face to face if you like. You know what I mean? It's gone too far. It's gone too far, and it's a serious lack of communication. It really is. People's compassion has been hijacked, and compassion isn't in the manosphere. Compassion is like, listen, you're strong, you're gonna survive. You know, you're weak, you're gone, you're donezo. Either change the tune or do what you gotta do. But to try to bend the very fabric of society and reality itself to fit into the vernacular, to fit into the semantics, this is the purview of people who like language and compassion. You know, this is where the fault solely rests. And I wouldn't put it past the big corporations to devise this to split regular working class people. Because if you're working, whether you're a man, a woman, or a tranny, you're still a worker. You're still doing something to earn your bread, to earn your pay. You know what I mean? So workers' rights supersede identity politics rights by far. And then it should be laid at the feet of people who are fucking identity politics. You know what I mean? You get people who cry at class warfare, and then they'll put a tranny in your face and say, you're the bad guy. It's like, well, eventually we're gonna remove the tranny, then we're gonna remove the arm that pushes the fucking tranny in the face of working people. You know what I mean? It's gonna fucking happen if shit doesn't straighten the fuck out. Quite honestly. It's gonna fucking happen. You know what I mean? Luigi wasn't just a one-off, I have a feeling. That's my prediction on that scenario. You know what I mean? There's no way it could stand. If you're going back to Pike, a shaky house cannot fucking stand on shaky foundations. And if we can't get it straight with man and woman, that's why the British Supreme Court thing so fucking clutch and key. Honestly. But there's really no more time or patience to mince words like we're mincing fucking private parts here of kids. Nature doesn't reward ignorance. You chop the fucking kid's dick off, fucking great. Parade him around like a fucking freak for the rest of his life. You know what I mean? Fine. That's what you wanted to do. That's how you wanted to feel special. That's how you wanted to leave your mark. You left your mark on your own genes. Leave everybody else's fucking kids alone. Leave women alone. Leave men alone. Or we're just gonna have everybody look the other fucking way and take care of it. You know what I mean? That's the only way. That's what they're asking for. Like, if you're asking for it, you're fucking asking for it. Law of attraction, synchronicity, polarity, disparity. Name it what you will. You know what I mean? The time has come. USAID's getting the fucking funding cut for it. The exploration of the androgynous, fine. You know, you want to say Tolkien, you want to say fucking Greeks about their androgynousness and all this shit. Semantics, mincing words. You ask Jane Goodall's fucking primates what they do. You know what I mean? You ask these dolphins what they do. You know what I mean? Like, it's beyond the pale, it's beyond the veil. Quite frankly. Many people are well past mincing words. Social media, these cults are allowed to pervade, and then it manifests in the real world. But there's a time and a place. Growing up, we had RuPaul, we had Little Richie. Everybody's got to find their niche. If it's to be an entertainer or to have some kind of wisdom, you know what I mean? Like, everybody would agree. Like, everybody would be happy to see Little Richie when he's getting ready to fucking play piano. RuPaul, 9 times out of 10, RuPaul shows up and, okay, hey, it's RuPaul, look at this, look at what's going on with this, you know what I mean? Kind of like a circus thing, but also kind of their thing. And, they would see somebody like RuPaul and they would go, know there would be some place for them to go or some kind of niche they could fit into in society, but it's kind of like the freak show. The freak show, for a lot of things, people were taking advantage of, but for some of them, they did very well, despite their oddities. That's just how society basically functions. You know what I mean? Industrialized society. You want to go to tribal society, people make up all the shit, like this and that, it depends on what caste they were in and whatever. If they were lower caste, they had to figure something else out, you know what I mean? There's all that Anne Rice shit going on and the whole night, which is important, it's pertinent. But we can't go overboard with it anymore. We really passed the point. We're totally captured as a working class people. We're totally captured by corporations, and they use these DEI and like the transgender stuff as a sword and a shield. And it's got to stop. It's got to end at some point, or else the whole thing is going to collapse. People are going to realize that their wages have been cut in half in the past 20 years, and they haven't risen. So the disparity between the rich and the poor has never been greater. It's a danger. It's a danger. And class warfare is and should always remain an ever-present specter. You don't want to call it a threat, but it is always a specter, and it's not new. These maxims of fucking Lenin and Marx and these jerk-offs, this shit existed 200, 4,000 years before socialism or communism were even coined as words. Like, don't even pretend that Marx came up with all these revolutionary ideas. Through the Codex of History, there is absolutely plenty of evidence that workers' movements have been around for thousands and thousands of years before Marx, and you don't have to cite him. Like, the minute you bring up Marxist starts talking about Marx, it's like, listen, go fuck yourself. Let's talk about history. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about Roman slaves walking out of a town. You know what I mean? Let's talk about Spartacus. You know what I mean? Let's talk about rebel uprisings and shit like that. You know what I mean? There's plenty of other shit to talk about other than getting railroaded into Marx. You know what I mean? It's a very narrow scope when you're talking about workers' rights, because it's all Marx is covered. You're not going to find anything in Marx that's going to help you break through the left-wing corporate communism that we got going on now. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Marx is covered. Like, anybody who's pushing Marx is probably an op for a certain Abrahamic sect, mind you. So, whatever. Like, Russian communism was just an excuse for motherfuckers to kill their king. You know what I mean? So, you want to talk about a hierarchy, you want to talk about altruism, you want to do it like Beautiful Mind Russell Crowe, whatever. It's a whole thing. But, like, the biggest detriment to Marxism in, like, the USA is just like bicycles. It's the Marxists themselves. It's the bicyclists themselves. Atheism, it sounds reasonable. The biggest detriment to atheism are the atheists themselves. Their strongest adherents and their biggest fanboys and girls are usually the fucking, they're like washed out people. They're like fake people. They ain't real ones. You know what I mean? They're only seeing the half of it at most, and there's nothing else going on there other than their like narrow dogma, their little religious textbook. They could just call it a religion and get tax exempt status. You know what I mean? If they were really that hard up on on being a commune or whatever. You know what I mean? Or like The Beach, the movie The Beach. Clever boy. I feed my family. Gives Tilda Swinton a gun and he's like, yo, shoot that motherfucker. She's a no bullets. Not a communist. I feed my family. You shoot the boy. You prove you shoot the boy. Fucking that guy, Japanese guy from Inception, feeds his family. Like, feeds his family. He's probably the biggest fucking degenerate. Like, what is he going home? Like, oh yeah, we kill America. Like, what? Fucking the first thing they would do is ransom all those motherfuckers. Like, what are you fucking kidding me? They're making fucking billions of dollars in fucking opium. and they're letting some fucking tourists hang out on the beach like USA's fucking fantasy land. Give me a fucking break here. Like, who, you know what I mean? Fucking Hollywood is ridiculous sometimes. They would have just fucking killed everybody and like left the bodies. The jungle would have just fucking ate that whole hut. It's like, oh, I build fucking bamboo huts. What do? You work with your hands? I used to be an accountant. Now I'm a survivalist. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Come, give me a fucking break here. But the drug dealers, I feed my fucking family. I feed my family with these drugs. You know what I mean? Leo doesn't even know what the fuck's going on. He's like running around in a fucking video game, which is like half of us. fucking great, man. I gotta rewatch that shit. I feed my family. Feed my fucking family, bro. Now you shoot this boy. Fucking right till the fucking goes right for it. She doesn't even fucking hesitate. She's like, yo, I like Club Med over here. Makes me feel special. You know, I'm the white liberal woman. I don't have an identity other than qualia. You know? Holy fuck. Great fucking movie. They should, I don't know. They should put that in the fucking Smithsonian, dude. I feed my family. I feed my family with these drugs. You know? I feed my family. Now shoot this boy. What did, like, Leo killed one of his dudes or something? He's like, you killed my dude. He was my family. Like, yo. Fucking great. Can you go to college for that? Like, is there a course on that? I know Chase Hughes is doing a course in Tulum. I signed up, but I didn't hear anything from it. I want him to brainwash the fuck out of me so I can go to Tulum and be like, this is how I feed my family. I don't even have a fucking family to feed. I feed my family. Then he just suddenly fucking tells himself. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, dude? You know what I mean? You think he's going home and feeding his family off of fucking drug money? Like, fucking Golden Triangle fucking tons of fucking heroin? This is how I feed my family? What, dude? He's fucking, you know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ. Fucking great movie. Beach, great soundtrack. Hip Abduction, Porcelain, and I think Moby's in there. It's fucking great fucking movie, dude. That's back when I was like smoking weed every day and watching CNN and you watch the beach. Like, yo, I'd love to hang out at the beach like that. You realize what he was like really saying, like looking back at it, you know what I mean? Like, you realize that the drug dealers are the only ones that are fucking real, and Leo, but the drug dealers are the only ones that are fucking real, and that like Leo probably would have been like wound up as with the drug dealers at the end, you know, because they had some kind of, I feed my family. Oh shit, dude, you know what I mean? Or maybe they were like trading medicine with the farmers, but like if they've got fucking banked from the drugs anyways, like they don't really need the fucking white people like at all. Like who needs the fucking pain in the ass? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Things I think about on my rides home. The fucking beach. Feed my family, feed my family. He was pissed. Fucking great. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. Oh yeah, semantics. Dicing up semantics. Like men, a whole lot of confusion over what? Over what? Because we can't call people what they are, what they observably are, because we're being disallowed to agree that shit don't make sense, and that like we're fucking fracturing people for no good fucking reason, you know, other than it's some bullshit they're teaching in colleges. We got people crying they can't pay their fucking student loan back. You know what I mean? Like fucking unbelievable horseshit. Unbelievable horseshit. In the name of what? Was it a test? Was it really? Or was it like just they were just going for it? They were just going for complete domination of the human race. We'll see. I give them the benefit of the doubt of balance, but you know, it really is a stretch. That's why logic needs to be detached for some of those steps. Anyways, Hail Hydra, fucking Go feed your family.